all the way from Barbados, right here in Trinidad and Tobago for Carnival. And right now I'm at the Hyatt getting ready to do some shows this evening, of course, for the rest of the Carnival. I'm actually performing at Hyatt Lime tonight and a couple of other things. And I'm happy to be here. The energy is awesome and amazing, and I'm happy to be home. My home away from home. Yes, yeah, the last time that I was here would have been about 4 years ago. I haven't been here since then. I kind of took a couple of steps back and stayed out of Carnival for a little bit, and then decided I wanted to be back in this year. So once I made that decision, I made sure that it happened.
And everybody is happy to see you.
Oh, very much so. Oh my goodness, the response is just, it's crazy. It's so crazy.
I think we missed you.
It's very possible, you know. I mean, people have told me that. People told me, and I was like, Alison, welcome home. You know, we're so happy to have you back. And I'm very, very happy to be back. So far since I've been, I did an initial trip maybe a couple of weeks ago just to do media. I said, you know what, I need to do a media blitz to let everybody know that the Caribbean Queen is back in place. So I hit all kinds of radio stations, TV, magazines, newspapers. I mean, it was the works. And it worked. It worked just how I wanted it to. You know, it made people aware that I was, back in Carnival. I went home and I came back, and I've been working since then. Entertainment has been representing me here as my booking agent for Carnival, and they've done a fantastic job, amazing job, wonderful team. And it's been like genuine love everywhere I've gone, like on the street, in stores, just, meeting up on everyday people. The response is always, oh my gosh, I'm so happy. We're so glad you'll come back. It's overwhelming for me, and I'm really, really happy, because that's something that we as artists always strive for, to really have that appreciation and to feel that real love from your fans, because this is why I do it. I do it for the fans. I do what I do to make people happy. And that's what our music does. Our music makes people happy. Definitely. I'm a Caribbean woman. Yes, I represent for Barbados, but I'm a Caribbean woman and proud to be that. And happy to feel so welcomed here in Trinidad for Carnival. And you can't get rid of me again. I ain't gonna do that again. For me, my philosophy is, to give of your all and to give of your best in whatever it is, be it in my business and my career, be it in my family life, just to approach it with excitement, as much excitement as you can, and and try not to get stressed out by things that don't need stressing about. You just you pick and choose and say, well, all right, just let that roll off your back and move on, because those kind of things give you wrinkles and make you look old. I ain't about that. Alison Hinds is committed to not only my causes and my passions, but to my family and to my friends, the people who really have your back, forever and ever. Alison is loyal, caring, passionate, so many things. And I like to think that she's happy doing what she's doing, and happy being where I am right now. There's a lot of good times. There's the best time. Wow, I don't know. There's highlights. There are many highlights in my career. I think the first time I ever won a competition, which was the CBU Song Festival, right here in Trinidad. I think that was one of my most memorable moments because it was the first time I'd ever won a competition anywhere, anytime. So that was amazing.
So your connection to Trinidad has been a long time.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time, and I have a lot of friends here. I have a lot of. I even have some family here. I have godkids here. You know, I've got children, and you know, all kinds of stuff. So Trinidad has played a very integral part in my career development, and also just in having people who have been a part of my life for a long time. I don't know, one of the worst things is trying not to think about them things now.
Yeah. Childhood, how was that?
It was interesting. It was quiet actually, because I'm British born, and so growing up in East London as a kid, I was a regular child. I was very, very shy, like painfully so, and just very quiet. I was not, you know, I never could have thought that I would have become who I am now in terms of being an artist and an entertainer. But I always loved to sing. That was the one thing. I always loved to sing, and that was one of my dreams. But I was, as I said, I was very shy. I was a very introverted child. You know, I never got into fights. I just was not that kind of kid. And I moved to Barbados with my mom when my parents split up. And that's kind of where things then started after I left school. That's where things really started to warm up. Yes, in my teenage years is when, because I actually joined Square One. I was about 17 or so when I joined Square One, and I'd entered a local talent competition that year as well, Richard Stout Teen Talent. And yeah, who was Young Blood at the time, he was the one that actually encouraged me to enter the competition, helped to pick my songs, you know, he came to rehearsals with me, you know, he really helped me a lot. And then I went to the final, I placed third, and then he said to me, well, there's this band called Square One, and we're looking for a female vocalist. Would you like to, you know, to join the band? I was like, yes. And, you know, the rest, as they say, is history. My dad was there in the beginning when I was in England, and then my parents split up, and then I never really had a relationship with my dad until I got old, till I was like in my early 20s. And out of the blue, my dad called me, and it was very emotional for me, not on the phone at the time, but when I put down the phone, I cried for like 2 hours. And then he started calling me, and we started then to slowly rebuild our relationship, because we weren't in contact for many, many years. And it was just me and my mom. And eventually he and I, you know, we worked through some stuff, and we were able to get back that father-daughter relationship. And I was happy that I did it, because he was then, he was diagnosed with prostate cancer, and he died about, this is 3 years now that he passed away. So I was glad to be able to establish that relationship before he got sick, so that I didn't feel like I had to rush and, oh gosh, you know, he's sick now, we have to do this and we have to do that. We were able to do that from beforehand, so I was really glad for that.
What was the biggest breakthrough for you when people started to see, hey, this is Alison Hinds?
Ragamuffin was the beginning. When I won the Road March that year, and that song came into Trinidad Carnival. That was, Ragamuffin was 86, 87, 96, sorry, 96. And then Carnival 97, it came into Carnival. And we just kind of started to get people to know who the band was. Nobody knew who we were, nobody knew me. They knew the song, and that was it. So that was kind of the beginning of getting the Trinidad market to know who we were. And we did a couple of shows, and Big Mike took us under his wing, and we played on the road for Legends, and he just kind of really was the person that introduced Square One to the Trinidad market. And we then just started creating music, and the music was it was huge and it was accepted by Trinidad, and then the love affair began. The biggest lesson I've learned is, not to stress about small things, insignificant. There's things that things that you can't control. If you can't control it, don't stress about it. It don't even make sense. You can only rile up yourself and get yourself all upset, and it's like just let it go. Sometimes you just have to let go and let God, and then continue on from there. It has been a good life. I found a really great man to be married to. He's a wonderful father as well as a great husband and friend and all of that. We have a beautiful daughter who is growing like a weed, and she is a good kid. She's a really good kid. She's not trouble more so than any other kid. She's a good kid. She's 10. She's gonna be 11 this year. And so where I am now in my life is a good place to be. I've built a name for myself. I've built a brand of made a brand of Alison Hinds, and I just want to continue to develop and to grow on that. There's still more for me to do. And as long as I can physically do that, I will. And I will continue to make music, and because I love what I do. I truly love what I do. I love making music. I love entertaining people. And for as long as y'all will have me, and for as long as y'all will want to see me and buy my music and be a part of this, I will make sure and do my best to live up to that expectation. That's another thing I've learned is try not to, you have regrets, but you don't dwell on them. You kind of, it is what it is. It's gone. Just kind of move on. Yeah, learn from it. And you better learn from it. Otherwise, you're destined to repeat the same thing over and over again. What would I be doing? I actually wanted to be a model. I actually went to modeling school.
That would be easy.
Yeah. I did go to modeling school. So, if I hadn't kind of made that, taken that path with music, I think I would have pursued the modeling side of things. I think one of my OMG moments would have been actually when I won my first road march, and because I couldn't believe that was the first year that I'd ever done a party song, and the song just kind of took off and just had a life of its own, which was Ragamuffin. And when I heard every truck playing the song coming down the road, every single truck, and they told, the results came that I was the winner, I was ecstatically happy. And then behind that, I was like, oh my gosh, I now got work to do. It's like, you start off so hard, it's like, okay, now I have to follow up this next year. And I was able to, and I was the first woman, I made history again, because I was the first woman to win Road March, and I made history the following year to be the first woman to win Party Monarch, and I won Road March again. So it was phenomenal, and the things just kept going.